Well, just got out of Camo Dave's live stream, and I can say that he is better at avoiding questions and comments than Muhammad Ali was with rope-a-dope. I still stand by everything I said in my video before, and I do think he needs to revisit the direction of his channel. Anyway, gloomy Saturday morning, coming out to do some stuff. It's cold. Anything below 65 is cold to me. Got my instead of the stingray hat, got my boggin hat that my daughter made. She has a few extra. Anybody wants some, feel free to send me $50 and a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I will be real sure to get that right in the mail to you within the next year or two. Okay, so walking up the road, 1999, very low budget movie, came out. I think it was made for $9,000 to $12,000. Set up the horror movie genres in a new way with like personal point of view. And I am up here for the Blair Witch, Burkittsville, Maryland. Established 1824. Going to take you around the town here, show you some things. There's the Burkittsville Cemetery. Walk back to my car. And just to let you guys know, the Blair Witch story is just that, a story. Not real, not folklore, just made up for the movie by some very smart promotion people. And it really wasn't even filmed here. Just the signs for the town, a few scenes for the movie, but most of the film took place in Seneca Rock State Park in Maryland, which is probably about 30 miles away from here. And the final scene in the house was filmed in Gant, Maryland, which is up near Baltimore. So really, maybe only 10 minutes of film in the movie took place here. And also that sign, all the signs for Burkittsville, Maryland had to be replaced because the movie was such a cult classic hit that people would come here and steal the signs from Burkittsville. So all the signs that you saw for the town in the movie are different. They all look like just the ones that I showed you just a few seconds ago. Okay, so this is Burkittsville. Not much to it. It goes for maybe 1,000. I'm at the main intersection. It goes maybe for 1,000 feet that way, 1,000 feet that way, another 1,000 feet that way, and the direction from where I came from, right over that hill is where I stopped. And that's it. This is the town. Nothing here. They got one store, which I don't even think is open anymore. The P.G. Gilligan Dry Goods and Mercantile Company. So you kind of can see why the rest of the film for Blair Witch wasn't filmed here, because there's really nothing here. That one general store that the actors stopped in is down that way, maybe 600 feet. And that's it. Okay, Burkittsville is also used as a field hospital. This church is the oldest standing church in the town that wasn't destroyed. It was a field hospital during the 1862 Battle of Crampton's Gap. So a lot of the wounded were brought here. Here's something. Here is Burkittsville's library. That's it. Grab a book, leave a book. If you think someone might be interested in reading the book, There you go. Leave it there. You want a book, take it. There's their local post office. I'm walking back to the car and I am almost out of the town. Just right up there by that stop sign is where I was standing before at the main intersection. So I am almost done. Okay, that's it for Burkittsville, Maryland and the Blair Witch Project. Once again, Seneca Falls National Park is where the majority of the film was shot at. The last scene was up in Gant, Maryland, near Baltimore. And even though the film said it took place here, only maybe about 10 minutes of the film was shot here. What else? Let's go somewhere else. The day is still young, even though I'm freezing my ass off. But let's go one more place, and I'll show you around there. So now we are in Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. Oh, look, a train. I should stage something in the tunnel and have the train go by me and act like it's real. Anyway, Harper's Ferry. Here's the town. I'm trying to get these guys in the photo here. Mostly known for 1859, John Brown's raid on Harper's Ferry, trying to get an uprising going to stop slavery prior to the Civil War. These grounds down here, on what really was Harper's Ferry was really known for, this was the main site of the U.S. Arsenal. This is what on those grounds where you see all the plaques and everything. That's where the main building stood, where they made guns and cannons and ammunition, and all the townspeople here worked in the armory that was right here. It's right next to the Potomac River. These tracks go over the Potomac River. That hill on the other side is Maryland. That hill right over there is Virginia, and I am in West Virginia. So we're going to walk around here a little bit, and I'm going to show you some sights and point some things out that you might know or you might not know. Okay, right here is the original location of the firehouse that John Brown got holed up in, and eventually the revolt was repressed by Colonel Robert E. Lee at the time, and Captain Stonewall Jackson was also here to try to get rid of the what they called the oh God, what was it? We'll just say rebellion, for trying to drum up support for slave revolts, and they're trying to eventually get a hold of a lot of the arsenal weaponry and the armory. The replica of the firehouse is moved about 200 feet that way, and there it is. And on this original location, here are the original train tracks. Not those are a lot newer. But the original tracks, as you can see where that kid is standing. So you had the arsenal here, train tracks for loading and unloading of those goods, and the firehouse was right here, very close proximity to where the armory was. Here's what's left of some of the original cobblestone streets of Harper's Ferry. That's Shenandoah Street, coming in from Route 340. And here is, I don't see what the street name is, but this goes on the outside of the town up towards Route 9 to Martinsburg eventually. Okay, so the old firehouse where John Brown had his last stand, he came in from that mountain up there, across the tracks during the evening. Townspeople stood up. We'll go inside here and show you around, but it wasn't that big. That's it. This is basically it. Okay, this was rebuilt in 1910 on this site, and it's very compact. Here's some old horse-drawn fire wagons for the hoses. I'm not sure, they had to do buckets back then. I know they had to do buckets. There's no hydroelectric water or anything like that back then. Alright, there's some trussels of... Is it a trussel or a stand? I can't remember. Not trussel. Anyway, there's an old bridge that goes across to Virginia. Remnants of the other old bridge that goes across to Maryland. And the old train tracks that you can walk across. There's no trains that come across that bridge. And the real train tracks where the train was earlier is on the other side of that. Fun little fact that not many people know about is that if you go over here, and let me see if I can stand right there on that rock that's protruding out from the point, you are standing in 3 states at once. Out west has Winslow, Arizona. Here we have Harper's Ferry, and on that point you are standing in West Virginia, Maryland, and Virginia at the same time, because Maryland claims ownership of the Potomac River through this point and onward that way. Shenandoah River right here ends right here, joins the Potomac, and on out to the Chesapeake Bay. So walking back by the firehouse, here's a small little plaque that sits outside. Trying to hold it steady. Maybe you guys can freeze it later and read at your leisure. Okay, here's a picture of what the armory looked like on those vacant grounds I showed just a little bit ago. Small description. That building that you see on the corner here is not any longer there because that would have been up that hill on the other side of the firehouse. So we're gonna go this way. I'll show you some more stuff. Up that street are small little antiques shops and restaurants and coffee shops. I might go up that way, but I'm gonna head down the street here a little bit because there's something I want to tell you about. Alright, this building that now is the bookshop and fancy goods used to be a hotel, or kind of like the equivalent now to a bed and breakfast. If you go top floor, 1 window, 2 window, door, in the 2 windows right here on the upper level, the famous guy that keeps popping back into my videos all the time, John Wilkes Booth, used to stay in that room right there all the time. He had a open standing room. Whenever he would come out this way, they would vacate whoever was in there, relocate them to another room so John Wilkes Booth could stay there. On the grounds right here across the street, you can see where that tree is. Let me see if I can zoom in. Right up there used to be a house and a little girl that used to live there. Now is known for the ghost of one of the ghosts of Harper's Ferry, taking place right around through here. She got killed by a train. Of course, she was playing on the tracks. These were not raised tracks at the time. They were on the ground. And I don't know what happened. Don't know if the conductor or anything like that blew a whistle. She didn't hear it. I don't know how she couldn't. But that is the rumor. So sometimes you can hear her screaming and yelling during the nighttime all around this area. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Not going to stay tonight because it's too damn cold. Okay, so the street I'm getting ready to go up is High Street. Here's a picture of what it looked like in 1886. And here's what it looks like now. So let's walk on up that way. All right, there's the John Brown Museum, this whole big building. He was brought here to be tended to his wounds temporarily before he was well enough to go be transported up to Charlestown, not Charleston, jail, where I did a video on that a couple months ago. I think back in the springtime. Damn, it's been almost a year. Okay, up top is the steeple to St. Peter's Church of Harper's Ferry. These steps were carved out of the hillside all the way up to the church. It's raining, they're very slippery, so I'm not going to go up, but it is quite a breathtaking scene from up there. So if you guys ever are in Harper's Ferry and you get the chance to go up these steps, please do. Okay, Blind Views, time for you to school me. I know this has to do with some type of fire, either whether there was a bell or something like that. Please tell me what these were. Enterprise Manufacturing Company, Philadelphia, USA. Be interested to know. I think about up this street on the right, not going to go up that far. About 3 to 4 years ago, there was a big fire here, and it gutted a lot of homes and businesses. I think it's up that way, but up here, I'm going to make a right and go down what they call Hog Alley. So here's some homes up there. This is... what the hell is that? Actually, I think it's a hotel. I have to get on the other side to take a look because there's no sign here. And I started up High Street down there by the stop sign. So let's go up a little bit further. John Brown's Wax Museum. There's old John Brown looking through the window, pointing a gun. Okay, there's the parking lot down there and the train station. Parking lot where I parked. I'm going to make a right and go down these steps all the way down to the other street. And show you a couple more things and then close it out. Alright, let me catch my breath because as soon as I make the turn down here, I gotta hold it because I'm gonna walk right through Cancer Corner where everyone's smoking their cigarettes. Okay, I'm gonna take you into White's Tavern, a mock replica tavern of what one actually looked like inside during the 1850s and 60s. So let's walk that way. Try to keep the camera still. Can't do it very well. Maybe they're open, maybe they're not. I see people looking in there, but not really sure if you can get in. Of course it's closed, because everything I try to show you is always closed. Oh, the doors are open though. You just can't go in. So here it is. There's the bar, there's where all the drinks are. Here's where people would sit, play checkers. There's the wood stove to keep the place warm. I'm not sure if you can read that very well. Maybe you can freeze it and look at it later. Alright, one more place and I'm done. Okay, that building right there, all original with the exception of the window right there. This used to be the original headquarters for Meriwether. You ever heard of Lewis and Clark? This was for, I think it was Lewis Meriwether. He was tasked with mapping out the Potomac River. And this is where his headquarters was while he did that type of venture. Over here, where the red building is a train car restaurant. Really good food, a little bit on the expensive side because it is Harper's Ferry, so they're going to gouge you on food price, but the food is pretty decent. And you do get quite a bit for the money. Okay, now at the Harper's Ferry train station. Not the original, but still pretty damn old. Right now, go that way through that tunnel down there into Maryland. That way, all the way through West Virginia, Martinsburg, up north to Ohio. During the weekday, this is used for the MARC rail station, which makes stops at Union Station in Washington, D.C. and on up to Baltimore. So people that work in those areas usually hop on the train here and commute on into the cities. Alright guys, that's it. I'm done. Thanks for watching. Dave, go back to what you used to do, please. Screw the Nomads. Don't care what anyone says. Your channel is going downhill. Screw the Nomads. Shout out to a lot of people. Probably don't have time for, but just to name a few. Lou, Molly, Billy. Who else? Oh, Kat.
Lady That's Always First, and many numerous others, JJ. That's it. I'm running out of storage space. Talk to you guys later. Bye.